jumper Sunday with Simon and Catrina.
Unplanned.
Yeah, I got dressed
Both
first.
went for jumper.
Yeah. So you took your fashion inspiration from me today, I guess.
I hadn't really noticed, to be honest, but I just went in the cupboard and thought, I haven't worn that jumper for a while, so I'll put that
it's good. It's kind of autumnal, isn't it?
I felt so, yeah.
Yeah. Mine go with my red boots, which I can't really show. I'll find a way of showing those because, you know, they make everyone cheery. Well, they make me cheery.
Yeah, mine doesn't go with anything.
It's just autumnal.
Just a jumper.
Yeah.
It's just a jumper.
It goes with the trees.
Hey,
good to see you. Good to be here.
Clock's going forward.
Yes, how was that for everybody? Extra hours sleep, or have you just all been up a long, long time already? We would love to hear how things went for you.
Yeah.
So,
and particularly how you handle the clocks.
Yes.
How do you handle the clocks in your home? There was a debate here because Ben Pocock came in and said that he goes round the house the night before and turns all the clocks forward, which caused much merriment here.
Yeah.
Because lots of people thought that was,
They do it in the morning. By the way, you said forward, but it is back, just in case anyone's super confused.
Okay.
Like this time of year. So this was probably the first year I actually trusted that this would do its own special, clever thing.
Yeah, and it worked.
And it worked. Yeah.
Well, we think it works.
Yeah. Hopefully we're here. Hey, Paloomi's here as well, and Paloomi went round as well. He's Ben's backup of this is the way to do it. But they didn't have any hot water this morning, he shared.
Yeah, that was true, because he hadn't realised that it was a 24-hour clock, and so it was 12 hours out, and the hot water didn't come on.
But very thorough. I mean, are any of you the kind of people that think, what's 6 months between friends? I'm not going to change my car. I'm not going to change the oven. We'll just know. I mean, we would love to hear. Who did it last night? Who's done it this morning? Who won't bother for 6 months?
Yeah. We have a bit of a demarcation in our home, don't we? You do the cooker.
I do the cooker.
Which has just got random things that you
I've worked out how to do the cooker.
And I do the car.
Yeah.
So,
marriage.
Marriage. This is how it works.
Welcome. This is how we do it. Okay, so I watched Strictly again last night.
You did, and I didn't.
Simon didn't.
I had to pass out.
It was excellent. I've already had a couple of texts from friends saying, hey, how was it? And I saw someone with a scoreboard. So, love to hear about that. Favourite dance and stuff. There was one dance, she had this fantastic dress of, like, pink feathers and kind of like a chicken. It was just amazing. Well, it wasn't actually like a chicken. It was like a very exotic bird. But, very good, Strictly. Yeah.
And I came home and I watched Rebecca, which is a Daphne du Maurier film, which is on Netflix with Lily James. And that was very good.
Good.
So I really enjoyed that.
That was our Saturday evening.
And it was much better than Strictly, anyone, so, you know.
You don't know because you didn't watch Strictly.
Well, I've seen enough of them to know.
Oh, stop your noise. Strictly makes everyone... Strictly brings joy.
To some people.
Any case, tell us about what you did yesterday. We'd love to hear that. We'd love to hear about your clock, especially some funny little stories. That always makes people... Well, it just makes the world go round, doesn't it? To have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
But you'll be glad to know Paloomi is very clean. They just, were tepid this morning in their washing ablutions.
So anyone else with that? Hey, we've got a great morning lined up.
We have.
We've got Leon, who is preaching. Third week of our Engine Room series, looking at prayer under pressure. And he's done some brilliant stuff around lament today.
It's going to be good.
How we cope with sadness and disappointment and deal with that with God. I think that's going to be so powerful.
Yeah, really good.
And he's going to lead us through a time of prayer at the end, which is going to be really good. We've also got communion today.
Yep.
So please go and grab all the communion stuff that you need.
Yeah, we've got Paloomi with us in the building. First time he's been in on a Sunday.
Woo!
And also
Bracknell
our new
pastor.
Bracknell site pastor. So he'll be leading us through that at the end of the worship. So do get ready for that.
Yeah, and today is the final day of the Vision Day Gift Fund. So please be thinking, praying, asking God what to give to that. Give generously. We're praying for £100,000 in that offering. Please be giving.
I had the chance to go around the Windsor building this week with a group from the office staff. We're trying to imagine and dream and think what we can do that we could change and how we can make it really great for when we're able to use it. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay, we have a bit of a game this morning.
Da, da, da.
Rather than Marco Polo, we have Macro Polo.
Yes.
So what we have are 3 photos of things that are zoomed in really close, and you have to try and guess what they are. So should we take a look at all 3?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. We're going to look at it now. We'll look at it with our guests, and we'll look at it at the end. So keep your suggestions coming in.
We won't tell you any answers till the end.
Until the end.
So you'll only get the answers at the end, but you can keep guessing along the way. So here's the first one. What do you think that is?
It looks like a thatched roof or something, doesn't it? It looks very odd. Yeah. Okay, something zoomed in. Yeah. Put your answers in the chat.
Here's the second one. What is that?
Oh my goodness.
That looks like something that you might crush stuff in, doesn't it? You might pour that down the gaps.
Yeah,
And finally, take a look at this. What is that? Oh, that looks like that could be quite horrible. Yeah.
It looks like a sort of aerial view of skiing or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any case, they're zoomed in, so I hope your imagination's running wild. Pop that in the chat. We'd love to hear what you think is there.
Okay, well, we've got 2 great interviews lined up today. And our first one is with just an amazing family from our community, the Moores. So let's switch over to them.
Hi, Moore family. They're from our Bracknell site. Great to see you.
Hey, guys. Wow, they've all managed to get in the photo. And
you said you would, so well done. Really great to see you. So how do you want to do this? How you introduce yourselves?
Yeah, we're the Moores, and we've got 6. So I'm John, and this is Angela, my wife, and we've got 6 children. We've got triplets, Jacob, James, and Daniel. They're 7, and we've got twins. We've got Phoebe and Ben. They're 16, and we've got Richard, and he's 15.
hey,
Wow. Can't believe how old all your kids are getting. My goodness. Great to have you.
Yeah, they're growing up.
amazing and fantastic to get you all in the photo, all in one go. That is fabulous.
It's reversed. The image is reversed, but yeah, we're all in that.
Hey, did you see any of those pictures just now for our game today? Have you got any suggestions? Have you managed to see them?
Number 2 is an adjustable spanner.
Do you,
Number
John?
1 was a pencil, didn't we?
Yeah.
Number 3, not a clue.
I'm not sure. Maybe icing.
Maybe icing.
Icing. Oh.
Icing. Well, that sounds like a good...
Yeah, Phoebe, I know you're very creative. Have you got any ideas?
I think the last one would be like something from Oreo.
Oh.
Great suggestions, Moore family.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we will see at the end how correct you are. Let's see. Yeah.
Yep. So this week coming up is half term, isn't it, kids?
Yeah.
Are you really going to miss school this week? Just tell us how much you're going to miss being at school.
A bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it? Half yes and half no.
What have you got planned for this week, for half term week? What are you thinking of doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing, guys?
Well, the triplets are going to sleep over at Nanny and Granddad's.
Wow.
And just, what are you doing, guys?
Revision.
Meeting up with friends.
Did I hear someone say
You're
revision?
doing a bit of revision.
Wow.
Because they did mocks in November, so he's doing a bit of revision. And we've got his friends coming over as well while the little ones are at a sleepover. So, yeah, bit of divide and conquer going on.
That sounds really good, doesn't it? So you've all survived the first half term back after obviously lockdown, no school, and then summer holidays. So well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whole family, yeah. So no school uniform to prepare this week. But,
No,
I mean,
no lunches, yeah.
How's it been, like, for you big ones? How's that been, like, for Richard and Phoebe and Ben? How's it been being back at school this half term?
It's good to see all our friends again.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was good.
That's off, like, at school, I prefer it there.
Yeah? And
Yeah, I think homeschooling, when we homeschooled, I just think we're quite a big noisy household full of distractions, and I think it's quite hard for Ben to focus. So, yeah, definitely for Ben to be back at school and Phoebe. Yeah.
That's really good.
Cool. So grown-ups, John, Andrew. John, just tell us briefly what you do, because you've got well, you both got really exciting jobs, but yours is quite different. Tell us what you get up to.
Oh yeah, I work permanent nights at Heathrow. And I service aeroplanes, short aircraft, and work Monday to Thursday doing that. Yeah, and used to recover them from around Europe when they went wrong as well.
Right.
It's very good. Yeah, each day is different. It's very good.
I get terrified even working on like a push bike that I'm going to, forget to screw something up or,
Yeah, I do have to double check.
That makes us feel good. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
I must admit, whenever I fly anywhere, I always hope that this is one that you've worked on, John, because I would have a lot of confidence in a plane that you've been involved in.
Thank you. Yeah, if it's a short haul Airbus A320 family, it'll be me that's worked on it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll bear that in mind. So I guess you've just adjusted over the years to working permanent nights, have you? And everyone sort of adjusts in the family?
Yeah, I've done it. I've done permanent nights for 4 years now. I used to do 2 days, 2 nights, and that was for 18 years. I did that, but that didn't. It was obviously an 8-day cycle, and it was no good for our family life. So I've gone on to nights, Monday to Thursday, so we get every weekend off, which is really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
John, we were praying for you recently, weren't you? There was some, uncertainty around work and just a sense that God really came through there, wasn't there? Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, there's obviously nothing was flying down during lockdown, and British Airways is losing a lot of money, and they wanted to obviously cut costs, and that was an opportunity to do it for them. So there was compulsory redundancies, but before that there was voluntary redundancies. And in engineering, where I work, it was a lot of it was voluntary redundancies, so it mitigated the amount of compulsory redundancies, which was good. But we're just hoping that the travel industry, the airline industry, is going to pick up. Yeah. So we're not out of the woods yet, but praise God, I've still got a job.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
Yeah, it's really good.
Angela, tell us a little bit about what you do as well, because that is equally remarkable.
We're just so blessed that we both love our jobs. So I'm a community nurse, and I felt a real sense when COVID-19 hit us that God was telling me that I needed to step up, and that God was saying, you're a nurse for such a time as this. So so I increased the hours, and John's been amazing at supporting me in that. I felt very called to step up and do more. We go and visit patients in their home, which is a real privilege to step through their front door. They're very vulnerable patients, often with chronic illnesses, and what we're trying to do is prevent hospital admissions at readmissions, so treat them in the community. Palliative care is a big one on our caseload. But sadly, for the ones we can't necessarily cure, barring a miracle, so we visit those, and it really is an honour to support their family and come alongside them and the patients themselves. At times, I think it feels like we're swimming against a bit of a riptide. Pressures are great, challenges are great, and the demands are great. But my prayer is so powerful, isn't it? And being able to pray before a shift, being able to pray for my patients has been so powerful. And knowing that God goes before me, He goes ahead of me, and He's beside me through a shift is incredible. I work alongside an amazing team of people that are really passionate about their jobs. So we work with GPs, specialist nurses, and we've got an incredible team. But they're working incredibly long hours. Very rarely am I managing to get away on time. I'm staying behind, and you can't leave a patient if they're in need. So it's challenging, but it's incredibly rewarding. It's just amazing. I couldn't think of anything else I want to do. Obviously, family is my priority, but I'm able to work part-time, and we're just both so blessed that we love our jobs.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Well, Angela, we just want to say a huge thank you to you and all the people that you represent in our community, who have gone so far beyond in this, season of COVID, and just serving and, bringing hope and bringing healing, and it's just remarkable. And we're just so grateful for you and, for everyone else in Kerith who's involved in healthcare and care homes and all of those areas. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a real privilege. Thank you.
Hey, I've got a question for the young lads. So Jacob, James and Daniel, you were on Kids TV last week, weren't you? What was it you were doing?
We're doing crossword challenges. And then James hit the crossbar, and then we saw his sunglasses on him.
And you challenged Jo, didn't you? I mean, how well did she do? I hear she's really good at football. Did she do well?
Yeah. No, she didn't hit the crossbar a single time. No. But she did.
So you three beat her fair and square. Well done, Moors boys. Excellent. Yeah.
Hey, well, it's wonderful to have you all join us.
Yeah, really good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's great to be here.
We just love all of you. You're an amazing family, and I pray that you would know God's blessing just powerfully in this season.
Yeah, have a brilliant half-term week, all of you.
Yeah, thanks very
I think
much.
just before we close, we just want to say a massive thank you to our church family. Massive thank you to you, Simon and Catrina, for just ensuring that we remain connected and supported. We're just so grateful. We're grateful for K-Crews, for the kids' work, and all the people that work behind the scenes. We're just so incredibly grateful.
Much.
That's so great.
Yeah,
oh, bless
brilliant.
you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, they mentioned K-Crews just then. I know the 3 big ones are involved. That's our youth small groups, isn't it, that meet every other week. So if you've got a teenager or you're a teenager, you want to be involved in that, just have a look on our website and find out about Youth TV and our K-Crews, and you can get involved in that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this week we launched a new project as a church, which is called Talking About Race, where we're encouraging everyone in our community, regardless of their ethnic background, to fill in a survey about their experiences around race. And we saw a great thing this week with a guy called Ben Kadji, who's a BBC children's presenter, did around being mixed heritage and mixed race. And we thought it'd be great to show that. So let's take a look at that video now.
We've been friends for a really, really long time, so I thought to tell you a little bit about me and my family. My mum is called Fiona, and she was born near Coventry, and she is white. My dad is called Jacob. He was born in London, and he is black. Now, as you know, my name is Benjamin, but pretty much everyone calls me Ben. I was born in Ipswich, and I'm mixed race, and I'm really, really proud of that. Now, there are loads of things I get from my dad, like supporting West Ham United Football Club, my dark and curly hair when it gets longer, and a really bendy toe. And there are other things that I get from my mum, like my love of music, the fact I'm always on time, and something you might know, my smile. Sometimes people have been unkind about what I look like and the colour of my skin, but I try and forget about those people and instead focus on the people who were there for me and who supported me. They just liked me for being me, and they were my friends. And I think at the moment it's really important to be kind, because you never know, you might just make someone's day. Thank you so much for being my friend, and I'll see you soon.
I just thought that was such a just honest reflection.
Yeah, it's lovely, wasn't
on
it?
what's going on in our nation and somebody's real experience. And we just want to encourage you to fill that survey in for the whole of our church. I think we've had almost 100 people fill it in so far, which is great. But we really want to get as wide a coverage as we can, so we hear as many different voices as we can. So please find that on our social media, find the link to that, and go and fill it in. And we would really appreciate that. And we'll let you know the results of that survey in the new year. We'll fill you in then.
Just really help us to move forward, won't it? In a sort of,
structured way.
Yeah.
All of that. Okay, we just heard a couple of people are having problems with the chat on the church website. If that's you, then click refresh on the page and all your problems will go away. Turn it off and turn it on again.
I want all my problems to go away. Do I just press refresh?
Yeah, just
turn
press
it off
refresh.
and turn it on again. That's what we do. Yeah, excellent.
Okay, well, we've got another great interview now.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing from them.
A wonderful couple from our Windsor community, Matthew and Tracy Tickle. So Matthew and Tracy, wonderful to have you with us today.
Hi.
Thank you. Hello. Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi guys. Well, some of us have the privilege of knowing you from travelling around the sites, but I guess lots of people in Kerith won't have met you before. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Sure, I'll go first. So hello everybody, my name's Matthew. We've been part of Kerith now for probably over 2 years. We started becoming involved with Kerith before the Windsor site opened. I work for Mars, so you probably know some of our products in the UK, so Mars bars, Snickers and things like that, but we also make some food and pet food and so on. We live in Windsor, we've been here for about 20 years, and yeah, we have two grown-up girls, 19 and 21, who are both involved at university doing different things.
Brilliant.
And I am a year 3 teacher in a local school just around the corner. It's only something I've been doing for the last 10 years or something. I'm not a teacher all my life, but I've just become that over the last few years after getting involved at the school where the girls were. So that's been a whole new thing for mine.
Wow.
What did you do before that, Tracy?
Different things in London. I worked for a political party. Most of the time I worked for an aid agency. And Matthew and I met while we were both working at something called Chatham House, which is a lovely, well-known foreign affairs research institute called the Royal Institute of International Affairs. So we've both done different things until we came to Windsor, living in London.
Ah, fantastic.
Oh, you sound like a lovely couple to have a meal with, have a cup of
lots
tea
of
with.
interesting things.
You're very welcome.
So
You're
much
very
to talk
welcome
about. Well, we take our hats off to you, Tracy, with teaching as well. Well, you know, well done. First half term under your belt now, in sort of, you know, in COVID times. So I'm sure
it's been very, very interesting. I mean, it's a demanding job at the best of times, but it's also an amazing, a wonderful job. You know, most of us who are involved in it absolutely love it, but obviously there's been a whole extra layer of stress and you know, just extra work on top of everything that normally goes on. So it's been very draining and very tiring, but you know, it's also very rewarding, and in some ways it's very exciting to be a key worker and to be helping to keep people safe and to be protecting people. So it's, you know, it's good as well. But I'm jolly pleased to have half term.
Yeah, well, we thank God for you and pray you have a really restful week and do lots of things that just replenish you, and yeah, not all the cleaning, I guess, that's required in sort of daily teaching.
No, that's true. I've never cleaned so much in my life as I have done in the last 7 weeks.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, on behalf of those families that you're teaching, looking after, making a safe place so the parents feel happy to bring their kids in, all those kind of things. You know, you're doing a fantastic job. We really admire you and thank God for you and the other teachers in our church community.
All the teachers across Kerith. Just so many people just giving their lives and you know, themselves on this, you know, living with really tough situations but coming through and creating great spaces for the kids to just flourish and thrive. It's just brilliant. Thank you. Matthew, just coming back to what we were talking around our race survey. You're mixed race, mixed heritage. I'm not sure how you would describe that, but do you want to tell us a little bit about that journey for you? And
yeah, sure, absolutely. So my background is that I have a mother who was originally from South Africa. So she was a black South African. She came to the UK when she was about 11 with her family. And my dad is white British, and they met at university, I think. I'm sure actually they met at university. And so I grew up in Norwich, in Norfolk, where there weren't very many people of different backgrounds. So it's quite an interesting situation to be in. And absolutely, over the last few months, I think we've all been reflecting in different ways massively about, you know, people's backgrounds, their racial origins and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, I'm no different, and I'm just starting from, you know, where I am. And I think what we're doing in society and in Kerith is amazing. It's fantastic. So the more sort of information and sharing that we can do about this topic, the better. And I've really appreciated Shari and Palumi and others, you know, sharing their stories. I don't have such extreme examples of racism in my life, but I've experienced it, certainly growing up. It's part of, unfortunately, it's part of life. One of the things that's happening at the moment, which I'm quite close to, is what we're doing at work. You know, as I said, I work for Mars. It's a massive company. People don't know it's so huge. It's a global company. It's still family owned, and I think it's got about 120,000 employees around the world. So that race is, you know, we're really talking about it a lot. It's huge, part of the inclusion and diversity agenda. So we're having, you know, a lot of online, has to be online at the moment, seminars and conversations, and it's been absolutely fascinating. But obviously with a global company, you're dealing with people from all sorts of backgrounds all of the time. I could be talking to somebody in China in the morning, and, you know, the west coast of America in the afternoon, or South America. So I feel I'm in the world. So it's great. I love it. I do love it. But it's great that we're having this conversation.
Good.
That's good.
It's so good to have you as part of that conversation, Matthew. And Tracy, I realise your world covers something that's been very much in the news this week, Marcus Rashford, and the conversation that he's started around child poverty and holiday hunger. And you're not only a school teacher, but you're also involved in the Windsor Food Share, which we're part of. And I just wondered, you know, what are your reflections on that conversation? And all of that.
Yeah, well, it's obviously something that anybody working in schools is really familiar with, and it's, you know, it's always a concern, looking out for the children who are most in need and how to help them properly. So I really just think it's fantastic that it's become a higher profile issue, you know, irrespective of why that's happened or even really how it works out now. I just think it's great that it's become a national issue, that people have really become aware of it, you know, and I hope that one way or another, that it stays that high profile, and so that the issue is addressed and that things are put in place to help those families who are most in need. You know, any teacher will know that you come back, particularly after the summer holidays, but you know, you are aware of and you are looking out for the children who come back thinner. And those children who come into your class every day hungry, and it's something we all get sort of used to in a way, which is a tragic thing in a society like ours, in a country like ours. So I just think it's great that it's been raised, and you know, well done Marcus Rashford for making it a big issue, and let's see what happens. Interesting.
Yeah, and just tell us a little bit about Food Share in Windsor and how that's...
Sure. Well, Windsor Food Share has been running for many years. Out of Deborah Green Baptist Church, but that's a church we used to go to, and we've been involved with them for a long time, and they were looking for somewhere to open an evening distribution point. They just open in the afternoons, and so we quickly stepped up to that, and with a lot of volunteers from Kerith, it's been fantastic how many people quickly volunteered. So we've now started running a distribution point on the Thursday evening, and it's pretty small at the moment. You know, we just have a few vouchers issued to us every week. But we are told, and sadly we probably think that it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And as well as, of course, the huge numbers going along to the other church on a Thursday afternoon, we're seeing increasing numbers of people come to us. And of course, it's good. It's good. We see people over a series of weeks, so it's good to get to know them, to recognise faces, and to be able to serve the community in that way. And, you know, lots of them are young families or single mums, people with children. You know, last week we had the children, 2 different families with children coming along as well. So it's really good to be able to serve in that way. It's sad that we have to do it, but it's a great way for Kerith Windsor to start really reaching out and serving our community.
Yeah, it's so key, isn't it, to really make an impact in the community. That's wonderful what's happening in Windsor. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and there's so much more that we could talk about. I feel like we could talk about the building in Windsor and future plans and all of that.
Matthew playing the trumpet in
Matthew
worship.
playing the trumpet, and all of those things. But sadly, we've got to say goodbye for this time. But we will get you guys on again in the future.
Yeah, that was really good. Good to hear all those different aspects. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, wonderful to have you guys with us.
Thank you. Hey, we would come back to those pictures, but apparently we've got very clever people in the whole of our Kerith sites, and you have smashed it, worked them out. So well done, Moore's family, for that.
Yeah, I think the Moore's family, in fact, pretty much got it.
There's been some wrong answers. It's not a cake, but it's a close answer. Apparently it's the third one, I think.
Okay.
It's trickier for people. So we've still got 2 minutes left, so keep them coming. Loads of love for the Moore family and the Tickles on the chat, so keep that coming. And we're so glad we could interview them. I mean, it's so exciting, isn't it, just to introduce people to them.
A few people are saying they do the same as Ben Pocock with the clocks, but as Ben Pocock assembled these notes, I think he's gathered those people particularly.
We feel there's a bias, isn't there? Dan loves Strictly, and then Katrina and Helen watch Rebecca. So, lots of things you could do on a Saturday night. Thanks for that. And actually, Zach was saying he loved that video from Ben from CBeebies.
It was so good, just honest and...
Yeah, because Zach was saying he's got mixed race kids, and it's always good to see mixed race role models. It's so good, isn't it? Just speaking so normally. I mean, he just said, thank you, we're friends. I mean, that's the key thing, isn't it, really?
So powerful.
And a couple of people have said they've already filled in the race survey, so great stuff.
And if you haven't, fill it in.
Yep. Hi, Jessie and Betsy and Mags, Miranda, Terry, Joy, Jane, and another John Moore. Good to have 2 in our church. That's so great.
Multiple John Moores.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's tell you a bit about what's coming up. This week, we've got a praise and worship event for the 20s and 30s, which is on Thursday.
Yep.
You'll find that on the What's On page on the website. You need to sign up if you're going to come because of all the COVID restrictions.
So we can make sure it's a COVID-secure event. Just make sure you look at that. If you're in your 20s and 30s, want to come and join us in the Kerith Centre, you'd be most welcome.
Yeah. We also got the Next Kingdom Come Hour of Prayer coming up a week on Monday.
As you say, months come round quite quickly, don't they?
It doesn't seem
so
like
Kingdom Come Night of Prayer, it's taken me maybe 11 months to get this in my head. It's the first Monday of the month, isn't it? Yeah. And that's coming up next week.
On Zoom, so join us for that.
Yeah. Hey, next week's going to be great. We're rounding off our Enduring Prayer series with Ben Oliver. And we've got the New to Kerith event straight after church as well. Yeah, and also be sharing vision around our plans for Christmas. There's been a lot of filming going on for Christmas this week. Various Marys and Josephs and angels and all sorts of
it's going to be very good. And then also, hot off the press, next Sunday evening, we've got a healing night with Paul Manwaring. It's going to be on Facebook Live, so check out the social media feeds this week, and information we'll send out. We'd love you to be part of that,
That's not next Sunday, it's the 8th?
Oh, I've got the date wrong.
No, it is the 1st.
We'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll put it
work
out.
it out.
Anyway, there's healing night coming up with Paul Manwaring. Which will be
We need
brilliant.
healing for our memories, darling, don't we, and our reading ability. That's what we need.
Hey, we better quickly give you
It's
the
the first,
answers.
it's the first, it's in my diary.
Excellent.
First.
Excellent.
Oh, here come the answers.
Okay, first one
Pencil.
was a pencil, very up close. Second one,
Wrench.
yeah,
Wrench.
wrench, one of those adjusty Spanish
Yeah.
things. And the third one, Oreo.
Yeah. Oreo?
Oreo.
You can eat those if you're vegan, I've heard.
Can you?
Yeah, anyone can eat them, but vegans can eat them too.
Please
yeah.
check that out before actually doing that. Don't
Check
just take
out the
Katrina's word
details.
for
Do
it.
not take my word for it. Hey, it's been wonderful meeting together. We're going to have a brilliant day at church today. So we're going to hand over now to Dan and Charlotte Wells from our West Wight site.
Hi.